The case of Ogden versus Gibbons was February 4th through the 9th of 1824 and was finally decided on a unanimous vote on the 2nd of March in 1824. Aaron Ogden was represented by his lawyers Thomas Addis Emmett and Thomas J. Oakley, while Gibbons was represented by his lawyers William Wirt and Daniel Webster. In the final case between Ogden and Gibbons, the Supreme Court ruled that Congress alone had the right to regulate and coastal trade. However, this led to two following arguments. First, what was commerce? And second, what did the term among the several states mean? The court came to a decision that commerce is the actual trade of commodities, and that navigation was used as an umbrella term. The court justices also claimed that the word among meant intermingled with. To simply put it, one or more states had a say in the commerce that was disputed over. In the end, the court ruled in favor of Gibbons.
My name is John Marshall, and on 1820 I decided that Ogden won the case in Gibbons v. Ogden. What this did was that it regulated commerce, but more than that, it defined how state rights and the laws that they passed would be defined in federal government, and how federal government would have control over that. This is the case that I decided, and this is how it went down.
An exclusive license by the government for my steamboat industry between New York and New Jersey, but the government gave the same license to Thomas Gibson for the same route. You see, Gibbons and I were partners in the steamboat industry for a business that was short-lived. I believe that Gibbons sabotaged our business when he used his own privately owned steamboat on the same route that I had claimed that ran between Elizabethtown Point, New Jersey and New York City. This route was awarded to me by the Federal Coasting Act of 1793, so I believe that I was the one who was supposed to own it privately. I filed a suit with the New York City Court of Errors, and the case was set between me and Gibbons.
I, Thomas Gibbons, was sued by Aaron Ogden for a dispute against the right to use certain routes to operate our steamboats. I was operating steamboats in the same waters as Ogden, but without the authority of Fulton and Livingston, who gave Ogden the private license in the first place. Ogden won the case in 1820 in the New York Court of Chancery. I, however, appealed to the U.S. Supreme Court because I knew I was protected by the terms of a federal license to engage in coasting trade. My case was held before the Supreme Court and was ruled in my favor.
The decision for this case was to go with Mr. Gibbons. Now, the reason why this was done was because monopolies controlled commerce and such things like this. So, what I had to do was to get rid of monopolies controlling commerce and trade, giving that power to the federal government. As a result, everything else would be free. And this is why I had to side with Mr. Gibbons, because that was the right decision to make, and this would also give the court more power over the states and the laws that they had as well.